All right, well, that took way longer than it was supposed to take for me to get everything set up here. Sorry, guys. I'm by myself today. So, welcome to this episode of Drunk Crypto. Um, if you're joining, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm gonna actually just take a moment here to congratulate myself on getting everything set up all alone. Oh man, Foster's. Let me tell you about Foster's. My first time drinking a Foster's. I don't remember it because it was that good. It was a great beer. It's still a great beer. Now I actually prefer the green one. It's the same price. It says premium. I honestly don't think there's any difference. I just like the green one because I like being fancy. Oh man. So, give me a moment here. I'm just gonna go ahead and do a little bit of advertising for the old streamity stream. Cheryl, nice to see you joining us. Just gonna go ahead and share the stream here with a few peeps. On live right now, drinking Foster's. If I could spell live, talking crypto, baby. All right, then I'm just gonna go. Give me 1 second, you guys. Really sorry about this delay here. Just trying to share this so we get some people in the chat with us. Because today, since I'm all alone, really gonna just be doing a whole lot of audience interaction, just answering questions and whatnot. So give me 1 second here. Talking crypto while drinking beer because America. Join me? I think that's pretty clevs. That's pretty clevs. Anyways, so one of the things that I wanted to mention was something that I mentioned in the XYO group chat. Doesn't apply just to XYO. Literally applies to every single coin, every single token that's out there. I always see people saying the same thing about whatever coin or token it is that they like, and they basically want it to be the next Bitcoin, which is silly. I'll tell you why it's silly. Bitcoin is currently Bitcoin. Now that sounds ridiculous, but it's true. Bitcoin is the only Bitcoin. You've got your Bitcoin Cash, your Bitcoin SV, Bitcoin Private, Bitcoin Diamond, Bitcoin Gold. I could literally go on forever, but the only one that's actually Bitcoin is Bitcoin. What I mean by that is all the other ones that were a split of Bitcoin, you only got your share of that token or coin or whatever we're going to call it if you already originally owned Bitcoin. So anytime there's a hard fork and there's a new coin that comes out of it, the only way that you get access to that new coin without, going and buying it yourself, the ICO, I guess you could say, or whenever you initially get that coin or whenever it's initially handed out to people, that happens because you're a holder of Bitcoin already, right? So that's pretty cool, but it goes to show that no other coin is Bitcoin. Nothing else has ever been set up the way Bitcoin is, that there's a slow drip, there's a finite cap on it. Now we have finite caps and we have other coins and tokens that the people behind it are slowly dripping it out. Like let's say for example Ripple Labs with the XRP token. XRP is a great token, love it, but it's not Bitcoin. And the reason why it's not Bitcoin is because Ripple Labs holds most of the XRP that exists today, which I don't have a problem with that because we need to have some on standby for the banks and whatnot, but it's not released to the people, it's sold to banks, and then banks decide what they're going to do with it later, right? It was initially sold to the people, and then after that ICO phase, they kept some in the reserves and just slowly and slowly released some from escrow, slowly and slowly released some to banks to sell it to banks and stuff. So no other coin has done what Bitcoin has done, literally trying to replace the entire fiscal system that we have now. All the other coins are trying to latch onto it, and at the end of the day, they want to trade the value of that token for fiat currency so they can use the fiat currency in the real world, which is, I don't have a problem with that. Oh, excuse me. But when people keep asking, well, is this going to be the next Bitcoin? Is this going to be the next Bitcoin? What they really mean is this going to make me rich? That's all fundamental analysis, baby. That's not anything that you need to ask questions about or wonder about. That's something that you can just use your own noggin and figure out yourself. Is it something that people are going to need in the future and want? And is it something that they're going to have to pay for using that specific cryptocurrency? Let's use XYO as an example. Is that something that people are going to want and need in the future? I think so. I think they have a really good shot at being something that makes a lot of sense for a lot of people, better tracking of stuff, if they can get to that point. And do you need the actual token to be able to participate in the network? You absolutely sure do. One of our subscribers, not going to name any names, but one of our subscribers recently put me in touch with a friend of theirs or an acquaintance or someone they know in the blockchain space, and they're coming up with, I don't want to give too much information away, but I guess we can say they're coming up with their own social network for people to use their coin to join the social network or however that works. But they weren't able to answer when I asked them why they're tokenizing. How does a blockchain make your business better? If you can't figure out why someone is tokenizing, or if you think that there's no need for them to tokenize because another token exists that does what they're trying to do, it's not going to be a banger. That's not going to be one that's going to, make you the crazy money. When Bitcoin first came out, there were other attempts at doing something similar, but nothing that was as well thought out and as well put together as Bitcoin. Nothing that addressed double spending, the minting of the actual coin, the way that Bitcoin mints itself through mining is rare, very rare. And then the way that it was propositioned, it came out of the cypherpunk movement. So cipher as in like codes and puzzles, things like that, and then punk as in like going against the status quo. So obviously ciphertext things. when when you unplug things, so that way you can fix them, you want to plug them back in. I think we're ready here. Thank you all for joining. Papucho Bello. Sure. I'm gonna pat myself on the back and say I said that right. Let me just check the audio level 1 second. Check, check, check. All right, that's better. As I was saying, long story short, you don't need to try to be Bitcoin. There's a lot of space for various blockchain projects in the world, and Bitcoin is just one of them. It's the big daddy, it's the big boy, but it is just one of them. And so definitely not something that everyone needs to be. I think Bitcoin is really good at being Bitcoin. That's a good beer. Not my favorite, but it's definitely a good beer. It brings back memories. Now, we're going to visit one of my favorite websites. If you guys don't have this bookmarked, bookmark it, make an account. We're jumping right on over to TradingView. I have no idea why this looks terrible right now. Sorry about that. But, Bitcoin took a little bit of a tumble. Anyway, so we're gonna go to, I don't know, XRP BTC. See what's going on there on Binance. And as usual, let me guess, it's not gonna give me Binance at first. Nope, it's gonna give me Bitfinex again. I don't understand. So this is my favorite place to look at charts. I don't know why it starts me on Bitfinex every single time, even though I clearly just clicked Binance. But we're gonna go back to Binance. Because that's where I got all my lines and stuff. So, I have... Oh, man, how am I going to zoom out of this? Oh, my gosh. I broke the zoom, you guys. This is why you should use a mouse on a real computer while you're doing this stuff. I broke the zoom. Oh, no. Please, if I reload it, will it come back normal? It won't. It will not. Okay. Okay. We're gonna figure this out together, like a team. Oh my god. Well, we're gonna go to my other TradingView account right now on Opera. Cause no big deal. Wow, what a nice looking website. That's clean. That's clean. I would go to this website and I would register. I would pay the $10, honestly. I really would. Anyway, so we're gonna go to TradingView. Fingers crossed I'm still logged into my second account. Of course I'm not. Whatever. We're past that now. Because I said that I was going to talk about candles. So we're going to talk about kind of reading charts a little bit. And again, here we are on Bitfinex. I don't know why, but whenever it starts you up in the advanced chart, which is the only chart that you should be looking at, just go ahead and type in whatever you're looking for again on the actual chart to get to the exchange that you're looking for. So what I did here was I typed in XRP BTC, which brought me to all the different Ripple Bitcoin pairs, which when they call it Ripple, it kind of breaks my heart a little bit because it really is called XRP. So it's all the XRP BTC pairs. The first one is Binance, but it doesn't load the first one for some reason when you get there. Anyways, your chart's going to look something like this. My other chart, I usually have it on night mode just because night mode makes everything easier. I do a lot of chart reading at night. Now, we have a few different things going on here on this chart. We've got volume, as I can see right here in this top corner. And then we just have the candles. So the volume is going to be everything that you're seeing on the bottom. Basically, a big red candle is going to show you that there was a lot of trading activity bringing the price down. And a big green candle is going to show you there was a lot of trading activity bringing the price up. So we can see a section of big green candles here, and it's also correlated by the actual candles on the chart. I had a request to go over how the candles work. It's actually really simple. It's way more simple than you're probably going to let yourself believe, but I promise you it's really simple. Wherever I am, right? Binance, Bitfinex, whatever the exchange is, that's what I'm looking at here, right? So this is the price movement that happened with XRP and Bitcoin. Excuse me. Gosh, this is a great beer. XRP and Bitcoin on Binance. Next, I can see here that I'm looking at a 1-day chart. That's noted by the D there. So D is 1 day. I like a 4-hour chart, but you can look at any chart that you prefer to look at. I know people who, no, don't leave sight. I know people who live on the 5, 3, and 1 minute charts, which more power to you. I used to be there with you, but man, there's a lot happening on those charts, and they move really fast, and I don't have time for that. Typically, I like to set it to the 4-hour or 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, whatever, usually 1 or 4 hours, right? So here on this 4-hour chart, every single candle, nope, you're not going to trick me. Every single candle that you're doing it again, that you're looking at here is going to represent 1 4-hour time span. Over here, I can see how much time is left. Let me see if I can. I might need to zoom in for that. Maybe. Nope. See, there's only one spot that I can zoom out once I actually get the zoom in going. It's back here behind me. This little green section right here that you can't see at all. If you're following along, you'll be able to see it just fine. That green section right there is, or it could be red depending on where the chart is actually moving during that time frame, has a countdown timer. So there's 1 hour and 4 minutes left until this candle is complete. All that really means is that the candle is no longer going to go up or down or have wicks or whatever. It's going to just solidify like all these other candles. These candles don't move. This is the only one that moves because it's happening right now. This is the 4-hour time span of what's happening right now. Now I can see in this 4-hour time span, the price started at 90.96 Satoshi. Satoshi is the lowest number here. So 90.87 is what the current price is. But this big red candle right here started at 90.96, 90.93, something around there, and then went all the way down to 89.51 Satoshi. So the value that you're getting when you're trading back and forth between XRP and BTC. What that means really is the price declined. It's noted by the red candle. When the price is going up, it's going to start at the bottom of the body of the green candle and make its way to the top part of that body of the green candle. Now, the wicks that come out of the top or the bottom, that just means that the price during this time frame did get up here and did go all the way down here. But during that 4 hours, when the 4 hours started, it was right here. When the 4 hours stopped, it was right here. Very, very rarely will you see, usually you might see this on a minute chart, but very, very rarely will you see that the previous candle closed at a different place than the next candle opened. So for example, right here on that exact line, let's call it 90.93, the red candle that the mouse is kind of hovering on is where the price closed. And then this red candle over here that it's hovering on now, that's where the price opened. It's the same price. And then same thing down here is the price closed at 89.47, 89.50, something around there, and it opened there as well. Now this green candle right here has longer wicks than it has a body. So what that means is that the price during this 4-hour time span opened and closed relatively close together, but there was a bigger span that the price actually traveled. So obviously you've seen the minute charts where the price goes up and down, up and down. This is why. Or this isn't why, but this is what this is showing. The price did go up and down during that time frame, but it opened here and it closed here. So it's pretty simple. I will definitely go in more depth with that. On the website, we're going to have one of my associates that does technical analysis for us. I'm going to have him kind of draft up some stuff. Really excellent trader. His name is Andre, just really fantastic. Been a brother of mine for ever, honestly. I don't. You might as well actually be my brother at this point. We've known each other for a very long time. It just so happened that we both got into crypto separately, and that's kind of just the way that cookie crumbled. But I'm gonna have him actually drop some stuff and kind of make a tutorial for you guys so you can actually see some trading strategies. But for right now, that is how you read a chart. Obviously, this is a pattern that's kind of going down right now, but I can see there have been a number of delicious green candles here. Some of the other things that you can do on this website is I can see, like, let's say I want to know what percentage this was. So that was, of course, I can't see it now. That represents a change of 14%. So that's not bad for a 4-hour candle doing 14%. And so a lot of fun stuff happening on the chart. There's a lot of information to gain from here. I like this significantly better than, I don't know anyone who uses a line like in real live trading. I've never seen anyone use a line, but this is another way to look at it. Not a lot of information. Doesn't really tell me the max price, the minimum price, where it opened, where it closed. Doesn't really show me anything. And then changing the time frame really only changes kind of like how zoomed in you are really to it. So I like using the candles, hollow or not. I haven't ever seen a difference between hollow candles and the regular candles other than just the way that the candles themselves look. So like if I was to zoom into, let's say, like a 1 minute, those hollow candles should look the same as the regular candles. Really not a difference there to me. Just one looks a little bit more filled in than the other one, honestly. There's really no difference between the two. So as far as I can see, I don't use hollow candles. I just use regular candles, but to each their own. It's just my preference. It just makes it easier to look at. It's nice and clean. I don't like the white background. I usually like to have it on night mode when I'm actually looking at the chart. I probably would get there from somewhere here. Style dark. So I guess they call it the dark theme. I call it night mode because this is easier for your eyes when you're looking at it at night. But that is how you read the candles. And I will jump back into the chat here, see if we've got any other questions or anything like that. I feel like I messed up the Zoom or something when I went to go do the audio. I don't normally do the audio while we're live streaming. So Cheryl has a question. Probably should have been looking at the chat while I was explaining everything because I'm not sure what the question is pertaining to. I will allow you to let me know. Great beer. Great beer. Shout out to us, Bits and Tokens Squad. We've been holding it down lately. I wanted to get to 500 subscribers before the new year. Crushed that goal. We have 536 now. Really, really cool. Really happy to have everybody on board. So Cheryl's question, an excellent question, by the way. What do the candles tell me to do? The candles don't tell you to do anything. You have a strategy which relies on multiple indicators. The candles are just letting you know what the price is doing in the moment that you're looking at it, or in the time span that you're looking at it. If you're looking at the candles for a 4-hour time period, it's telling you what's happening during that 4-hour time period, and that's it. What you decide to do from there is going to be between you and your strategy. A lot of people have different strategies. You can use, your RSI, your relative strength index, as well as the MACD, the moving average, convergence, divergence, to let you know what you should be doing. When you see a convergence one way, it might mean the price is going down. You see some divergence, it might mean the price is going up, or vice versa, depending on what pair you're looking at or what time frame you're looking at. But you're going to want to combine whatever indicators you're comfortable with using, whether it's something really complicated like the Ichimoku cloud, which is a Japanese indicator that I love dearly. It really just depends on you and how you want to move forward. We have another question. What about the charts on the bottom of the screen? If I'm not mistaken, you're most likely referring to the charts that I'm pulling from here. Or not charts, but the prices that I'm pulling from here. Is that what you're referring to? Because if so, those are all from bitsandtokens.com. It's a nifty little plugin that I put together where it just shows my favorite coins. I can add more. So if you're a member of bitsandtokens.com and there's a coin or token that you want added onto there so you can see it on a daily basis, just shoot me a message somewhere and I'll add it for you. I have access to a ton of them. It's not really hard at all for me to add these things on there. So if you have a coin or token that you like to follow and you want to see it on the website, let me know. I can probably toss it on there, no problem. But that is something that literally is just going to show you. Let me grab one from over here. So when I hover above it on the website, it shows me the name of the coin, and then a 24-hour synopsis of what happened. So in the last 24 hours, Binance Coin, or BNB, lost 5.07%, had a volume of, looks like 28 million, with a market cap of 805 million. So Binance doing some numbers there. So if that's what you're referring to, that should answer that question for you. It's just it's something that I have on the screen. I throw it in during the live streams just to make it easier for everyone paying attention to kind of see what is happening in the crypto market. And it is something that just kind of makes it easy while you're watching to watch and pay attention to some of your favorite coins. So that way you don't have to keep clicking back and forth and seeing what's doing what and where. It should all just be right on the bottom for you whenever you have an interest in looking down there. Whenever I'm on the screen that's going to show it, you'll be able to just kind of look down there and see what's going on. So that's really that's what that is. Second graph. When you say second graph, can you tell me what you mean by that? Also, don't sit on your wallet. It's really bad for your posture. The graph with the bars. Oh, you're talking about, let me get back in there. I want to say you're talking about volume, these candles down here, or these bars down here. So again, that's going to be the volume. That's how much actually moved during a time frame. Now, obviously, we can see with this little section right here that it's possible for, they caught me. It's possible for the price to increase with a relatively low volume. And the volume is going to be the amount of people actually trading, the amount of trades, the money being traded, how much money is either pumped into or taken out of that coin during a time frame. And so red candles are always going to indicate when things are in the negative. Green is always going to indicate when things are in the positive. And so the same thing with the volume indicator down here. It's going to tell you how much money went in during one time frame. And so right here we can see a nice steady incline with relatively flat volume on the 1 minute candle, or the 1 minute chart. And then right here was just a nice explosion of a large volume for that time frame. And so it's really just kind of something to glance at to know when something is popular and when it's not popular. Usually, anytime you see a large green candle down there on the bottom, if I can get there, anytime you see a large green candle down here on the bottom, is when the price is going to start to really kind of take off, because a lot of people have gotten into it. And so if you can, like, see here how there's no green, nothing really happening, but the price was going up, you'd have been watching this, and then you would have caught this green right here. If you would have bought in right there as using that as kind of an indicator, which I don't really use volume as an indicator, but if you were to have purchased in at this point, the price would have then continued to go up. That's FOMO. That is the fear of missing out that's occurring right there. So I can tell you what happened here exactly. Of course, it's not going to let me move it around without signing in. We're just going to get past that. So the price is going up. Then someone bought in a large amount because they thought the price was going to continue to go up. So they bought in a large amount. Some other people or groups of people or bots or whatever saw that happen, and they also started buying in. Then the price reached a point where there were more people looking to sell than there were people looking to buy. So it stagnated before kind of crashing down again. So that's really how that works. Very simple. It's not anything, crazy. It's not one of the crazier indicators, but that is what volume is, and that is how volume works. So hopefully that answered your question. I'm going to just jump back into the chat and see that. You're very welcome. What are bots? Excellent question. Where do they come from? Well, they come from the mad minds of people who are a bit smarter than I am. A bot is... So Wall Street, I guess I would say, invented them. High frequency trading, or HFT, is something that you can look up. I'm not going to go into too much details, but imagine a room that was basically, the whole room was like one computer, and it was just like crazy. And there's screens everywhere, and just things are beeping, and trades are just happening automatically by themselves. That is a very sophisticated version of what a bot is. A bot is just a program that people programmed, that executes trades automatically for them. So let's say, for example, Binance, my favorite exchange, link in the description. If you're not signed up for Binance, I would do it. So on my favorite exchange, Binance, you can use what's known as an API, which is basically a plugin that doesn't give the bot or whatever it is that's using that plugin full access to everything on Binance, but it does give access to certain things like executing trades for you. So if I were to design a bot that trades XRP, which is the example I'm probably always going to use, if I were to design a bot that was trading XRP, I would set it for certain indicators or certain triggers or certain things that are happening in the market. And then I'm not going to always be there, but that bot is going to be running 24/7, buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling, either trying to accumulate more of the coin, which is easiest to do when the price is going down, or locking in profits, which is easiest to do when the price is going up. Either way, the bot is a computer program that's running, let's say on this computer here, the computer's just on all day long, the bot's doing its thing all day long, and it's just executing trades for me. The same thing as high frequency trading, but just on a smaller level, and usually more for personal gain. There are some, I'm not going to name any off the top of my head. That's going to be something that if you want more information on, you can go research yourself, because I don't use bots. I've never used a bot. I do all my trades myself. It's just more fun that way. But I do know that there were some very successful bots that have existed, I guess, for various different exchanges, various different strategies. You can program them with your own strategies. Some of them are really, really intricate in that way, but essentially it really just boils down to the same thing. It is a tool that you can use to execute your trades automatically for you. Some exchanges use them to manipulate the price on the exchanges. Some people use them to manipulate the price. Some people just use them to make money. But a bot is a way to trade automatically, I guess you could say. So fun stuff there. So now what I'm going to do is just pull up a few different news stories that I found interesting. I'm going to go to Cryptocurrency News, or CCN. It's one of the more popular sites. You got your Cointelegraph, which I don't know who makes the artwork for Cointelegraph, but like if they're not the highest paid person on Cointelegraph, it's crazy because they just make a ton of money. So let's see here. I'm just gonna try to go. Oh, here's an interesting story. So Japan was supposedly recently considering the approval of a Bitcoin ETF or an exchange traded fund. They are no longer considering that, apparently. Let's see here. The volume of crypto is dropping. So Bitcoin is perhaps headed below 3,000. This was something that we knew might happen. If you are worried about the price of crypto going down, one strategy that you could use, I'm not advocating for it because I won't tell you how to trade. I'll tell you how physically how you press this button, you press that button, but I won't tell you how to develop your own strategy. That is honestly half of the fun. Do it on paper first if you're not comfortable doing it in real life, and then afterwards, feel free to go out there and make some trades yourself. But one thing that you could do if you were worried about the price going down is you could liquidate your assets into a stable coin. I wouldn't recommend Tether based on personal feelings about Tether, and I usually don't use feelings because thus far they've been fine with the exception of one kind of hiccup. I like USDC because if I want to take that USDC back to Coinbase and then get rid of it for fiat, which I don't do all the time, but I do pay bills sometimes out of my crypto, USDC is a great option. But essentially a stable coin is going to be a coin that has a value of $1 and that's it. So no matter what you buy, let's say you buy USDC for 99 cents on Binance, which I don't think that would ever happen, but let's say you buy it for 99 cents on Binance, you can literally always take that USDC to Coinbase and cash it out for exactly $1. They'll never give you any more than $1 on Coinbase, but they'll always give you exactly $1 for that USDC. So if you ever do find an arbitrage opportunity where you see it for 95 cents somewhere, scoop it up. Scoop it up. That's 5%, baby. Easy peasy. But anyways, so you could always get into a stable coin. Again, I'm personally going to recommend USDC, but that's a personal recommendation of what I literally would do and what I have done and what I will probably continue to do in the future. I've got my crypto that's for the hodl, and I've got my crypto that I can kind of play around with, trade. If I need to pull it out, I can pull it out. But again, that's part of your strategy. Whatever your strategy is yours. I can't take it from you, and I can't add to it. I can only comment on it, but I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's your choice to do what you want to do with your money, and I respect that. But if that is something that you are concerned about, I can get you, or I can definitely say that what I would do personally is I would get into USDC, and then I would just kind of hodl there for a little bit because the price isn't going to go up or down like too crazy on Binance, and like I said, you can always get $1 for it right on Coinbase. Where do I get my news from? A combination of places. I actually have an RSS feed that I built for myself that curates news for me. But one of the awesome things that you can do when you want some news for yourself is you can always go to bitsandtokens.com. We curate the news for you so you don't have to go all over the place and look for it. So I'm logging in now. I have a really bad habit of showing my everything, all my information. So I'm going to log in first. Okay. Now I'm logged in. So now I can show you the screen. I have a really bad habit of just showing all my address, personal info, just all sorts of stuff. So anyways, again, really apologize for the terrible lighting. I don't know what I did on this screen compared to the other one, but the lighting here, absolutely abysmal. Neither here nor there. On bitsandtokens.com, if you go to either the support page or the My Account page after you are logged in, you'll find news that updates for you every single day. multiple times per day. A lot of it is going to come from Cointelegraph. I can tell you that right now. I do get a lot of my news from Cointelegraph. But this is every single story that I think is important brought right to you. So we got some from cryptocurrency news right here. So again, CCN and Cointelegraph. Aside from that, you can also get my personal blurtings, I guess you could call it, from the blog. So the Bits and Tokens blog. So I got one here about how to use crypto in the real world. And a lot of these aren't just news. A lot of these are write-ups on certain things, things that you need to know about. So when Ethereum Classic was under attack, you heard about it here first. With the XRP base pair being added to Binance, I put that up about an hour after the news broke. Not many other news stories were talking about it. So I didn't see this anywhere on any news outlet. Bitcoin hitting 100K on CoinFloor. That really did happen. This is a real chart that really in real life occurred. Maybe I'll pull it up for you guys later. But yeah, this website, bitsandtokens.com, let me tell you, everything you need is going to be here. All of it. Again, the cost of membership, $9.95 per month. If you use the code SAVE10, no spaces, no capital letters, you'll save 10% off your first month, which is about $1. Nothing crazy, but it is a savings for the first month. The reason why you would want to pay to gain access to a website like this is not just because it's mine and it's really nifty and it's super cool. It's this live chat feature right here. Again, I don't really like sharing other people's information, but there are several people that have used the live chat feature and rave about it. Very, very simple. You'll click start chat. After clicking the live chat feature, it'll ask you for your name and email address if you're not already logged in. You'll press start chat. I get a notification on my phone, my tablet, the computer. My colleagues get notifications. So someone is going to be there to answer your questions. I've literally woken up out of a slumber to help people on their journey. Answering questions is something I'm pretty good at. It was something that was recommended to me that I should do in a formal capacity. And so here we are. So this is the real piece de resistance, this website. But you do have access to charts. So if you don't ever want to leave, you really don't have to. Trading View, you can access that from right here. XRP USD. But if I wanted to see XRP BTC on Binance, I could do that too. So really easy to navigate. You get to do a bunch of stuff. You can even buy crypto right from this website. I really tried to, make it all encompassing. So I can spend USD and buy BTC, Zcash, Dash, XRP, Litecoin, Dogecoin, Abyss, Cardano. It goes on and on and on and on and on and on. So many coins that I could buy right from here. That's with buying with USD. I could also trade BTC for even more coins, or ETH or whatever. So I could pay with a bunch of different coins, and then buy whatever, or I could just do USD and buy whatever from fiat. The world is yours. You obviously have access to our videos right from the website as well. So a lot of good places to get news from, but I would recommend just stopping by that My Account. And while we do a lot of drunk crypto over here, I need to settle down. But yeah, if you stop by My Account or the support page, you'll get access to the news right away. Another fantastic place to get some stuff is going to be the shop. These are some of my favorite pieces that we've made so far, which is why there's a ton of them. But the Bitcoin accepted here, short sleeve and long sleeves are really, really cool. And then also we have phone cases for all the different iPhones and all the different Samsung Galaxies. So unfortunately, I can't make them for other phones, but I can make them for all the iPhones. We're talking about all the way up to the iPhone XSR W, whatever the new one's called, and then all the way up to the Samsung Galaxy S9. So just tons of stuff. So you can get a nice phone case that says Bitcoin accepted here. And I won't show you guys the mock-ups yet because we're still in a little pre-production phase, but I am also able to make phone cases that the phone case is clear, but then it's going to have your QR code for whatever coin or token you want on there. So, I mean, BTC, XRP, anything that I can get from. I'll actually walk you through how to give me the QR code, and then I'll verify it on my end. But you'll select a cryptocurrency. That might be my Bitcoin thing. Yeah, that's my Bitcoin thing. So this right here, well, not specifically this image. It's actually going to be, I prefer this one. This on the back of a phone case for you. So that way, if somebody wants to send you Bitcoin because you're wearing the nifty shirt that says Bitcoin accepted here, you literally just flip your phone around and have them scan that. You don't have to go searching for the picture or searching for your QR or looking for your address. You literally flip it around. They scan it. You get paid. How easy is that? So I'm going to be making those on a kind of custom basis for everyone. And so, oh, look, they use a similar thing to my thing. Can I get the information? No, I got to click on it. Okay, and it brings you right to CoinGecko. That's not bad. I like that. That's pretty nifty. With mine, it shows you, it stops it, and it shows you. That's kind of hard to read. I don't really like it. And that's why this one looks so nice. So nice. So anyways, that is that. I feel like I got very sidetracked there, but it happens. Check back on some of the questions we might have. Cheryl asks, is the buy instant? It should be. The few times I've used Changelly, I've never had any issues with it whatsoever. Again, I do have a bank that doesn't ever give me any trouble buying crypto from anywhere, from Coinbase, from Changelly, from anywhere. My bank never gives me any trouble whatsoever. I have heard of other people's banks giving them trouble with Changelly. It's not a Changelly thing. It's a bank thing. But you do get your coins right away. So for some of the coins, you'll have to supply your own wallet, which you should have anyway. If you have a Coinbase already, you could even have Changelly send you the stuff to Coinbase. I don't know why you would want to do that. Coinbase, the fees are going to be cheaper. I'll tell you that right now. The fees will be cheaper with Coinbase. But if you don't have any other options, you don't like Coinbase or whatever the case may be, Changelly does work for that. For the page I showed you, you will have to be logged in, but you could also go to bitsandtokens.com/buy-crypto, and it'll bring you to a secret page that is accessible to anyone to just access the Changelly functionality, to where you're able to purchase, whatever coin or token it is that you want. It's a really straightforward process, and Changelly has some fantastic customer service for when I'm not able to actually answer the questions that you have, which is going to be rare. But that is how you would use that if you are not currently a member of bitsandtokens.com. But I would recommend becoming a member. Very responsive. There's been all of 2 times that I wasn't personally available to answer a call, and my colleagues picked up the chat right away. So I can say that I definitely recommend our website. Obviously, that's not really saying a whole lot, but it looks like we've got Cheryl in the chat saying that she loves the service and uses it, and so I like that. I like that we have people that we've helped that are willing to tell other people that we are helpful, because that is one of the things. When I first started, there wasn't really anybody out there. People were helpful, but a lot of times people can only help you for as long as their cool will allow for. And I'm super cool. There's no stupid questions to me, because you're asking a question because you don't know the answer. So that's fine. So the same thing with the chat. Anytime I see a question in the chat that I can address, I always go right for it. Same thing with bitsandtokens.com. If I don't know the answer offhand, which is going to be rare, if you have a question that I don't know the answer to, I will be very impressed. But if I don't know the answer, we'll find out together. We'll learn together. Specifics about certain exchanges, how they work, where things are, maybe we'll kind of have to fumble around together a little bit. But for everything else, I know my stuff. Not to toot my own horn, but beep, beep. This is something I really have a passion for. This is what I do full time for a living. It's how I buy my ramen noodles. So that's all I got to say about that. Just gonna pull up. I'm gonna go to Cointelegraph for a second. Grab one other story for you guys today. So, I've been seeing a lot of crypto blockchain companies that have been suspending operations and laying off people and all sorts of stuff. We did touch on that previously, but that's because we had a crazy 2017 and everyone thought that that was going to be what the future was forever, which is not the case in any market. No market cycle is like that where it just goes up forever. Markets do go up. And in the grand scheme of things, it does look like let's say, for example, Apple stock or something. If you zoom out to like a 10-year or like a 15-year for Apple, it looks great. It looks great because they go from here to here. Like it looks like it's a nice line that goes up. But if you zoom in, you see it comes down, it goes up, it comes down, it goes up. That's how market cycles work. Any market is like that. But I've been seeing a lot of reports of, like, let's say, for example, mining giant Bitmain, so they make Bitcoin miners and other miners as well, suspends their mining operations in Texas. So that is unfortunate. There's apparently two stories on Bitmain today. One was that they are cornered by a bear market with an unclear future, and that they have suspended mining operations in Texas, which I don't really like that. I would like to see more mining operations in the United States. And here's why. Not just because I'm a big proponent of the United States. Love us. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else for right now until I have a ton of money. Love the United States for all that it is. But we don't control a lot of the hash power in the world. And so if China decided that they were going to conglomerate and get together and steal all the Bitcoin, they could do it. Bitmain could do it by themselves. It would be nice to get a grant one day of 200, 500,000, nothing crazy, nothing crazy. So I can start a solar mine right here in sunny South Florida. Anyone who knows me in real life knows that I absolutely hate the sun with a fiery passion. Don't like it. Don't like it at all. That's not true. The sun brightens the day. However, it makes the day hot. Very hot. And here in South Florida, it gets very hot. And so I don't like the sun. So I would like to stick it to that sun and steal its power to mine Bitcoin. It's free money. It's literally free money. It's free money. Like, it's free money, and the grants can get paid back, and everyone's happy, and all the investors are happy. They're like, oh, you're so smart. I want to do that. I want to do it. I want to do it because it doesn't make sense that we don't have more hash power in the United States. And what else doesn't make sense is that we don't have more solar farms or solar mining operations in places where the sun literally won't quit. It won't stop. It berates me day in and day out. We had a nice cool weekend, except for today. Nice cool weekend. Oh, wow, it's a little bit chilly. Maybe I should wear pants instead of shorts. Come Sunday, I wake up, I go outside my pants, and I'm like, oh, this is crazy. I'm dying now. I'm walking a dog, and I'm sweating. This is crazy. I don't like it. I don't like it. So I'm going to use the thing that I don't like to generate money. And we're going to get there one day. We're going to get there one day. I don't know when. I don't know what day that's going to be, but it's going to happen. Hash power. Okay, so hash power. We're going to replace the word hash with the word horse. And you know that the more horsepower, the more work a car's engine can do, the more of an output it has. So likewise, hash power is a measure of how much work a particular miner can do. And so it's now measured in like terahash, which we're not going to go over all the specifics. It's really not super important for you to know what a gigahash is and a terahash and petahash and all these. It follows the same scheme as like storage. So megabytes, gigabytes, terabytes, it goes on like that, right? Not specifically the amount of energy it consumes, but the amount of processing power that particular miner has. So I really don't have a good example for this. It really is just the amount of brain power that each particular miner has. Now, mining used to be done on, like, okay, for example, right? This is a really nice gaming laptop, and I don't play any games. But I wanted it because we do edit videos and whatnot, and so I needed something that was powerful that I was going to be able to just throw whatever I wanted to at it, and it was going to respond for me. Now, the way that it processes the graphics is through a GPU, or a graphics processing unit, which is separate from the CPU, the central processing unit. Central processing unit is basically a brain that just thinks about all the different things. It can process graphics. It can do everything that a computer needs to do, but it's not specialized. Now, a graphics processing unit, or a GPU, is specialized to some degree because it is able to process certain operations more efficiently than a CPU is. And so when Bitcoin first came out, we were mining on CPUs, then we started mining on GPUs. Now we have what's known as ASIC miners, which stands for application specific something something. And so all it is a bunch of circuit boards that are designed in a way that only mines Bitcoin. The only thing it does is mine whatever algorithm it is. So if it's Bitcoin, if it's, Ethereum, whatever algorithm is mined on there, that's the only thing that mining unit does. You connect it to a computer, or rather you connect it to the internet, you connect it to a pool, it mines, that's it. It doesn't do anything else. It doesn't tell you the time. Well, it probably does because the clock is time stamped, but all it does is mine. And so that would have less energy consumption than mining a GPU, but more power overall. So it's like if they had like a super crazy, hybrid car that had a lot of horsepower, but it didn't use a whole lot of gas. That's kind of what an ASIC miner is. And so if I were to have like a crazy solar farm like I'm thinking about having, and I know I would have to get clearance from the FAA, just the way that solar panels are, having a bunch of them in a line and then shining up at the sky where airplanes are flying, I kind of want their clearance first before I get all crazy. I've thought about it. But yeah, that's I think that's going to be the future, is having solar mines. Because that could be a way for, like, if you put a solar mine, I don't know, almost anywhere, and then just hired people to, like, just maintain it, like a one person, two people to maintain it, that would provide a job for those people, as well as just income for everyone in general that is an investor of that solar mine. So that could be something. There's some countries that get a lot of sun but don't have a bank. They could literally print money out of kind of thin air almost. You just need electricity to be able to do it, at an internet connection, and you're good to go. So that's my thoughts on that. So I don't want to wrap it up super fast, but part of the fun of drunk crypto is actually getting drunk. That part is rad. But then having my lovely co-host who is not here today to bounce ideas back and forth, and just kind of, one person looks at the chat, one person's, answering questions and talking about stuff, and we both have different news stories that we look up during the day. So that's all I got to say about that. Let's see some final news. Okay, cool. This one is a cool story. Just gonna read this really quick. Ex-BitTorrent executive says there's no way Tron will manage BitTorrent's token. Now, as far as I know, Tron, headed by Justin Sun, purchased BitTorrent. So if I sell you a car, I can't tell you not to speed down the highway. I can't tell you what to put on your custom license plate. Likewise, if I sell you BitTorrent, which I use BitTorrent. Don't tell the feds. I definitely download movies all the time. Blame my neighbors. It's on their Wi-Fi. I mean, but so BitTorrent, it's a program where you can download whatever. The way it works is I have a copy of the file. You have a copy. You have a copy. You have a copy. So when you go to download it, all these people that have a copy of the file, instead of you downloading it from one place, you're downloading it from all of us in different segments, and then it's pieced together at the end. So it's faster. It's a little bit more secure. It's harder to get a virus that way, because if I inject some sort of a virus into my copy of the file, if you don't get 100% of it from me, you don't have the complete virus. So a little bit safer to download things that way. But Tron did purchase BitTorrent, and there's going to be a BitTorrent token for some reason. Again, I'm not a big fan of tokenizing everything, but apparently for whatever reason, there's a need to tokenize a torrent network. Couldn't tell you why. But apparently the ex-executive, which the word X says it all, my exes can't tell me what to do, says there's no way Tron will manage BitTorrent or BitTorrent's token, which I don't see how that could be a thing at all. But that's cool. Let's see here. No other crazy stories. Obviously, we know the price went down. That's what they do. Prices, they go down, they go up. It is what it is. No use crying over spilled milk. Now, if I spilled this Foster's, might be a little upset. Oh, Jesus. Apparently, CryptoKitties is going to be in a comic now. I don't understand. Here's another thing where I'm just like, you don't have to tokenize the whole world. So CryptoKitties is a thing that you can buy. You can buy these little cats that are tokenized on the blockchain, and they're cute. I don't get it. I don't get it. Apparently there's going to be a comic book about CryptoKitties. I don't understand CryptoKitties, why you would want one, and I don't understand why there would be a comic book about a thing that I don't understand why you would want it. Makes no sense. It's like they made a comic book about taxes. I don't want taxes. Why would I want to read about taxes in a cute comic book? Last story here, and I promise I'll let you guys go. Ethereum Classic, 51% attackers allegedly return $100,000 to crypto exchange. I'm going to open that story, and I'm going to read that. So, from what I know, they took 460K from Ethereum Classic when they did the 51% attack, which a 51% attack is when you have 51% or more of the hash power for a particular coin or token, because tokens aren't susceptible, and you are able to just modify the network as you wish. If you control 51% of the voting power of a company, whatever anybody else says doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We can see that those other votes happen, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because you control 51% of the voting power for that company. Likewise, a 51% attack, if you have 51% of the hash power for a particular coin, you control that coin. You can say what transactions come through, what don't. You can reverse transactions. You can negate transactions. It's crazy what you can do. So apparently the people or person or group or bot, who knows, that did this returned $100,000. So nice of you to return less than a quarter of it. This Cointelegraph is going out on a limb saying that they might be a white hat hacker. Listen, if you steal money from people, you're not a white hat hacker. I don't care if you're doing it to show that 51% attacks can happen. Of course they can happen. We know they can happen. We just don't think that someone's going to be a bad word and do it. So anyways, that's crazy. What else is crazy is Charlie Lee, the person who made Litecoin, who doesn't own any Litecoin anymore because he sold all his Litecoin before the big dump of Litecoin. Go figure. Recently said that the definition of a decentralized cryptocurrency means that it has to be susceptible to 51% attacks. I mean, yes and no, based on what we know now. But moving into the future, I'm hoping that there's a way that it can be truly decentralized and still not susceptible to these attacks. But that's our live stream, folks. I'm going to go ahead and finish this Foster's. I hope you all have a fantastic evening. As always, leave questions and comments and things like that for me so I can come back next time and know what the heck you guys want to talk about. If you would like, it would make me very happy for you to visit our website, shop. You can purchase some really nifty gear right from the website here. So here's our Bit Squad shirt in a plethora of colors, all of them heather, because I think heather is a wonderful pattern. Here's the tokenized hoodie if you get cold. The Bitcoin Accepted Here shirts, got them in long sleeve. I also have the Bitcoin Accepted Here cases for your phone. Also, if you sign up, use code SAVE10 to be able to save 10% off your first month. It comes with 24/7 support, literally 24/7. If I press start chat right now and I start chatting, someone's going to pick up. I mean, they'll know it's me because it says admin. So please don't change your name to admin. Well, they can tell by email. But anyways, that is how you would be able to get help with anything. If you have questions about anything that we went over, if you have questions about literally anything that has to do with blockchain, cryptocurrency technology, this is where I live. I live to do this stuff for you guys. So I don't do anything else. I don't currently have a significant other, which is probably because I don't do anything. I don't go out. I don't go anywhere. I read charts. I read the news. I play with coins and tokens. That's all I do. So visit bitsandtokens.com. Sign up. Once you're signed up, you can go to the login page. You'll log in, go to the support page, and live chat whenever you need help with anything. I'm talking 24/7. I have literally woken up out of a slumber to answer multiple questions. Really loud ringer, so I don't miss it. It vibrates my phone, my tablet, which you can't see, this computer, the computer over there, which you can't see, the computer that's in the Dominican Republic right now, which you can't see because they're over there living it up, having a great time over there in DR, and I'm just here holding down the fort. But if I don't answer it, someone else is responsible for it. So that is that. Thank you guys so much for joining. Thanks, Cheryl, for being a awesome part of the chat here today, asking a bunch of questions. Really appreciate that. Hope you have a great evening, and I'm out of here.